What's up, guys? I'm back playing Minecraft again, and like I said in the previous video, it's only been about maybe 45 minutes for me, but it could be a couple of days for you. And in the short amount of time, I've died once, and am making a house stilt thing. I'm making a house on stilts. Just so I'm safe from the bad guys. I'm actually playing on peaceful right now, I confess. I was gonna try to keep that a secret, but then I was like, I can't lie, because I'm not a very good liar. I'm just gonna fuck. I'm just gonna fuck. I'm just gonna come out and be honest. And oh, that looks ugly. That looks really ugly. I gotta get more hardwood to put on there. And so I'm just making a house. That's all I'm doing. You know, here's typical Minecraft stuff. Anything different that happened? Well, no, not really. I'm actually just So it's what have I been doing lately? Well, I've been taking classes at a wonderful place called Second City. And if you don't know what Second City is, it's an improv comedy group, and they tour the country. They have special events in their home cities, which are Toronto, Chicago, and Los Angeles. And on top of that, they also are on Norwegian cruise lines. So if you are on a Norwegian cruise line, look out for Second City. That's actually how I heard about them. About what 10 11 months ago, I went on a cruise in January, and Second City performed there, and I didn't really like pay any mind to it. I was just like, oh, they're just an improv group or whatever. But then when I came out to Mr. Los Angeles. No, if Los Angeles was a person, it'd be a lady, because it has the wrath of a woman, while also can also be tender like a woman, not like a guy, because guys, some guys can't be very tender. Not saying I can't. I'm a very tender guy. Anyway, point is, I got out here and I was looking around at places, and I spoke to Joe Beretta, and he mentioned Comedy Sports, UCB, and a couple of other places. And then, of course, he also mentioned Second City, and also Matt Lieberman mentioned Second City as well. So I think sort of the wombo combo of the two of them suggesting those two things to me was just like, oh, I should probably check out, because that was like it was UCB and Second City, and I think UCB is like the scary one, the one that's like really hard to get into and everything like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna do Second City because, you know, they got some great entry level classes, and on top of that, they're like super welcoming to newbies, and it's it's some of the most fun I've had. It's the most fun I've had since I've been out here, easily. So, and I don't regret it because I'm meeting new people. I've also met a lot of people who are just like either musicians or actors or like writers and stuff like that. So a lot of the times, we bring up ideas of like, oh, let's start something on like YouTube, or let's collaborate on music, or let's blah, 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 this and that. So that's really exciting. And I know one of my friends in class, she wants to sort of make a, like a web series kind of thing, like just a simple web series. And I've been warned from a couple of people that starting a web series is very difficult because of budgeting purposes. If you don't have a decent budget for your series, then you're going to sort of have a bad time. So as long as I have I'm not like I said, I was like, listen, I'll help write it, I'll act in it and everything like that, but as far as the budgeting goes, you're on your own, because Daddy has bills to pay, and that's money is not. I can only spend money on things that I know that are gonna happen, like this, for example, and music stuff. It's like I know music stuff's gonna happen being out here, because that's like my main thing is the music stuff. So it's like I know that that's gonna happen, so I'm gonna spend a lot of attention and time on the music stuff. So if you want me to be part of your web series, I'm more than happy and enthusiastic to do that. But there's only so much I can do as far as the budgeting goes. Luckily I have miscellaneous like props and items that are just gonna come in handy for that kind of thing, though, so that's always nice. It's like, oh yeah, we need like weapons. It's like, I gotcha. And I also can choreograph both the dance and fight. I'm a better at choreographing like fight scenes, but I can also I'm drinking water real quick. Sorry, very unprofessional. I'm better at choreographing fight scenes because I took martial arts for a long time, but I can also choreograph dance because I did take some dance lessons, not a lot, here and there, at some schools and all that kind of stuff. And what was I just about to make? I was gonna make Shit, a bed. That's right. I think this is how you make a bed. I'm used to the yes. I'm used to the Xbox version where it just kind of gives it to you. So it's nice that I'm reacquainting myself with the old controls. I don't have Push and G. I tried to change. I don't know how to set up the command keys or whatever they're called, and I accidentally screwed that up. It's on peaceful mode anyway, so it's not like I'm gonna die or get murdered. But still, I'll turn it on dangerous stuff when I actually do dangerous stuff. Although that ambient noise that happens every now and then for like to signify that a cave is nearby, scares the shit out of me every time. I don't care how like many times I've heard it. The choo-choo train is the scariest one. It's the choo-choo is terrifying, and I hate it. Like it's just a distant, like it sounds like a haunted steam train or whatever, and it makes me poop my pants. Not literally, because I did poop my pants in the hospital a couple months ago. So I did poop my pants. Funny story. Might as well tell that story while we're here. So what was it? It was like in May, I want to say. Do you eat some hay on a day? What do you? Anyway, it was in May, and this was a week before I came out to LA for the first time to look for a place to live and work, and neither of those things ended up panning out really. So it's kind of like just more like a mini vacation, honestly. But because I was originally going to live in Burbank, but I don't live in Burbank. Even though Burbank is very nice, and I would like to live there maybe one day, but not right now. I like where I live. What was I going to say? So about a week before I took my LA trip, I got not sick necessarily, but I had this horrible stomach pain, and I thought it was food poisoning because I thought I had some like poor lasagna, like a couple hours prior. So I was like, oh, it's food poisoning. It'll just pass. But it wasn't food poisoning. I did get hot flashes. I did sweat. I did vomit. But the worst part was just the excruciating pain. And I'm not one to bitch and moan about pain unless it's tiny pains like paper cuts kind of suck. Ball pain kind of sucks. Mouth pain sucks. Man, mouth pain blows. But like getting punched never bothered me. Hitting my head really hard, it was just kind of like a fuck, one of those things, and I'd get over it pretty quick. Shit, wrong block. But this one was just like absolutely excruciating pain in my abdomen / stomach region. And turns out that the place I was working at the time, which was a nursing home, there was a stomach bug going around. And everybody got it, and I was doing pretty well, and I was one of the last people to get it. And it turns out that being as the doctor said, they said it was the virus, but they're not sure what causes it, and they're not sure what prevented it. So all they did was give me a lot of painkillers that really didn't help. They gave me morphine and fentanyl, and fentanyl was like morphine times 6, and it didn't help. Just to give you an example about how bad that pain was. So this is eventually going to lead to me pooping myself, I swear. But so back on track. Where was I? Fentanyl, morphine, bad pain, abdomen pain. So yeah, I was just in excruciating pain and having hot flashes and puking and whatever. And my parents were finally like, "Yeah, we're gonna take you to the hospital." So I got there, and I don't remember like anything from the travel there except for puking in the bucket on the car ride there. That noise. Fuck that. Sorry. No. Okay, now the happy music's playing, which is good. That one wasn't the choo-choo train, but that one was still scary. All right, it's looking much better now. I need torches. I need coal. And I know I could do the smelting thing and the thing with the wood, and I'm not doing that to make charcoal. I'm going to get coal. I'm lazy, and I want to find it naturally. I want to find it in the wild. I want to keep using this one until it breaks, I guess. This is not the cave that's going woo, woo, woo. There's a one that's close by that I found, and I almost fell in it a couple times. So anyway, they tried giving me all sorts of stuff. They didn't ever figure out what the fuck was that? Oh, that was just a glitch, I guess. They didn't ever find out what caused my abdominal pain. They're just kind of like, yeah, it's just kind of gonna pass now. And I'm like, sweet. And it turns out that because I was working out extensively at the time, like lifting weights and going on jogs and stuff. And it turns out that being in good shape, having a decent diet, and essentially just being skinny really is bad for this. Because if you were like, for some reason, being overweight is like a benefit for this virus, like, because I don't know what it was, but the doctor explained it to me being like, if you're fat, then it's not going to hurt you as bad. And I'm like, well, that's unfortunate because I'm not fat. So it just hurt me really bad because a lot of the old people at the nursing home who caught this virus, they were in a lot of pain, but it passed much quicker. and it wasn't as bad because it just passed through them quicker. I don't understand why. I don't know how. And if anybody knows more than me about this, by all means, please tell me. Oh, cool, fuck yeah. But so I was in deep trouble because it just wasn't going away. And for about 4.5 hours straight, I was just in excruciating pain. So at one point, when the pain was starting to wear away and they were trying to figure out what was wrong with me, I was going in for a CAT scan. And the woman goes, all right, I'm going to shoot you up with the shot here, and it's going to make your blood easier to read, or whatever it was. It's going to make something easier to read in your body. And it's going to make you feel warm on the shoulders and in your groin region. But don't worry, you didn't wet yourself. So I was like, oh, okay. And then when she injected me with that stuff, I was like, she's right. I do feel warm in my groin. Shit, that was just foolish. I was like, I do feel warm in my groin region. Turns out, I did not wet myself. I pooped myself. And at first I was like, no, you didn't poop yourself, Pat. She said this was going to happen. This is a totally natural thing. And then, like, I don't want to go into too much detail, but I kind of sloshed around a bit in my own poop. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. It's poop. I poop. And I kind of just turned to her, completely embarrassed, and I was just like, I just pooped myself. And she just giggled and went, well, if you're going to poop yourself, this is the place to do it. And she's right. So even though I was embarrassed, the worst part was somebody I went to college with was like an intern there or something, maybe even working there. I don't know. And she was just like, oh, hey, Pat. And I was like, this is post-poop. And I was like, hey, how are you? Wow. And she was like, what happened? I was like, no, I don't know. Horrible stomach pain. Did not tell her I pooped my pants. Just because that would have been bad. And all right, and I'm gonna be clear here. I pooped my pants, but it wasn't like this is disgusting. I know this is a gross story, but it wasn't like a giant deuce. It was just like it was just like a watery poo. That is way too much information. You don't need to know this. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube anyway, and I'm gonna regret it later. But somebody's gonna find this later on down the road and be like, "So you talked about pooping yourself once?" It's like, yes, I did. This is for the kids. But really, like, it's just a funny story that doesn't make any difference really. It's just that it was a shitty thing that happened to me. Ha, pun. It was a shitty thing that happened to me, and it's over with now, and everybody's fine. Everybody's fine here now. Hopefully that virus isn't still lurking in that nursing home, because that would be really sad, because old people are more fragile than younger people, and I'm part of younger people. I need to find sand. That's what I need to do. Boop, 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 boop. There's a quick way to do this. That's it right there. I need to find sand so I can make windows. I also need to find more coal, because that was not enough coal. I will throw this in here, though. Ooh, look at all my debt stuff. So yeah, that was my story about how I pooped my pants. I like how this is like, oh, Second City, pooping myself. Like, so yeah. Anyway, to wrap things up, I guess for this video is you're never too young to poop yourself, and if you're gonna move out somewhere, get involved in something. And I think I mentioned this on a. Ooh, I got a Snapchat. Ooh, look at the lava. Oh fuck! I almost just walked right into that. Okay, I hit the wrong button. I hit Control, not Shift. Anyway, I think I gave this advice on A Naked Truth or That Kind of Day. Doesn't matter. Same thing. One just gets more views than the other. My advice, if you're going to move out anywhere or just like change your pace, get involved in something. And if it's college, get involved in like clubs and stuff like that, because it's super, super, super smart of you to do that. So I highly recommend getting involved in a club or whatever if you're doing that. And if you're going to a new place like I did without school, find a school that piques your interest. It could be anything. They've got, especially in a place like New York or LA, they've got classes for everything. Like I take improv classes, but you can also take like acting classes and music classes and all sorts of fun stuff. So work, make money, and take classes. That is sort of the thing, and that is my advice. And finding work also is very hard, especially in Los Angeles, but I'm hopeful about a couple of jobs right now, so that's good. Anyway, I found some sand, and I'm gonna grab this before I go, because I don't want to leave you just yet. I like doing these. These are fun. It's been a long time since I've actually been able to do video game commentaries, because I want to do them. They're so much fun to do because it makes me feel like my gaming isn't a waste of time. So that's what really matters, and I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I don't play video games to be a good gamer. I play them for fun. when I'm good at something, that's just a coincidence. A video game that I'm good at is Super Smash Brothers. I've always been very good at Super Smash Brothers. I have it for the 3DS. I don't have a Wii U, so I don't have the newest, the Wii U version. But I do have the 3DS version, which is a lot of fun, and it's great. And they did a great job with it. And I'm shit. But I love Super Smash Brothers. I'm okay at League. It depends on the champion I'm playing. I got really good at Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for a long time, and Halo. I've always been really good at Halo. I've always wanted to go have a match against Ray. Not like a one-on-one, because I'm sure he would destroy me in a one-on-one, but I've always wanted to do like a, like a 4v4 kind of thing, and then like I'm just on the other team, because I'd like to pit myself up against Ray. Ray Narvaez Jr. from Achievement Hunter, if you don't know. Or Twitch TV, because he is on twitch.tv, and he is great. I watch his stream every now and again, and he's a funny man. Funny man. Great guy, too. Just totally chill guy. And anybody who gets on his shit for sometimes being like a little offensive with some of his jokes, I understand sensitivity, and I mentioned this before in a that kind of day. That I understand sensitivity and I respect it. But when you're he that's his job. His job is to make video game commentaries both on Achievement Hunter and on his own channel and on his Twitch account, and he's a funny guy. Oh, it's raining. That sucks. Let's just look at the rain and the sunset at the same time, and that's how we'll end this video. But no, just if it offends you, yelling at it's not going to help. It's just going to make him feel bad, because he don't make him feel like a bad person. Don't make anybody feel like a bad person. Especially if it's for their job. If they're doing it and just being a dick, yeah, yell at them all you want. Like, absolutely, I'll yell at them with you if they're just being a dick. But in Ray's case, he's not trying to be a dick. It's just his thing. Anyway, that was a lovely sunset, and now it's raining. My name is Pat Weston. I hope you enjoyed the video. Of all sorts of... This is a weird freaking video. But I'm back. I'm back doing video game commentaries. And mostly PC stuff for a little while until I get an Xbox One, which will not be anytime soon. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you soon. I might make another Minecraft one and continue on, or I might not. So, with that, good night, everybody. Real quick disclaimer. I was defending Ray. He doesn't need my help. I understand that, like, I'm being like, don't hurt his feelings. Like, leave Ray alone. Like, kind of like that Britney thing. But, like, he doesn't. I'm not trying to, like, I ain't Ray's bodyguard. I'm not his spokesperson or anything like that. I just like the dude. He's funny. I like his content. And I want him to continue being funny. That's all. Okay, bye. Why can't I make a fence? Why is this not fence? I thought this was fence. Hold on. See, there's the thing. I did that. I could do that. There's the fucking choo-choo train. I told you it's scary. Fuck, peed my pants.